What is up, toy freaks? Welcome to this episode of the Pickups. Finally, the Lego Speed Champions Back to the Future set was restocked at my Walmart, so you know I had to get some. All right. This is one of the most anticipated Lego sets coming out of 2025, going into 2026. Obviously, it was released on January 1st, and in my area, at least, it was basically sold out by the weekend. So if you did not get a copy of this, you were waiting for the restock. Lego Speed Champions is one of my favorite lines. Sure, I love the superhero stuff and classic space, but man, Speed Champions does it big time. They do a great job with these sets, and this one is no exception. I'm just going to call it the Lego DeLorean, even though its official title is the Time Machine from Back to the Future. There are a bunch of exclusive pieces in here. These are all printed. This is like the 1x4 or 1x3 cheese wedge piece. There's a bunch of pieces in here. I'm like so excited. I actually got two of these. And what I love is that not only do you get the two minifigures, you get Marty and Doc, but you can make it a 2-in-1 set where you've got sort of the DeLorean from the beginning of the movie, and then at the end, when he's like, roads where we're going, we don't need roads, and it kind of converts to a hover mode, and it's got the Mr. Fusion parts. I love that they do that, and I think that this is going to be a sweet spot for Speed Champions when it comes to the movie lines. They're going to be like $29, $28.99, whatever they are, $27.99, but you're going to have to get two minifigures. You're going to have to get exclusive parts and pieces, and I think that Lego understands that, and they're going to move towards that in the future. Some people are already projecting that the Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit will be the next set, so having like a little Burt Reynolds and Sally Field minifigure would be absolutely insane. But anyway, I love this set, except for these four studs right here. What, did you think I was going to say the gull wing doors? No, everybody complains about the gull wing doors. They don't open. And the thing is, I understand what you're saying. However, none of the doors in Speed Champions open. So that's sort of a feature of this series, is that they don't have opening doors. Yes, we all wish there were opening doors, but they just haven't done it yet. And even with these, 8 stud wide vehicles, they just haven't done it. I don't know why. Maybe in the future. Anyway, did you pick up any of these Lego DeLoreans from Back to the Future? I think this is a great set. It's a great looking set. And I was lucky enough to get two when they finally restocked. All right, so I got this bag of Lego at the thrift store today for $2.99. And usually a bag this size is going to weigh about 4 pounds. You sell the bulk for $5 a pound. That's a $20 bag of Legos for resale. But when I was looking in the bag, I always look for minifigures, and I saw these two right here. So I'm going to grab those, and let's talk about it. All right, so it's very cool to find this particular figure. This is the 2014 Lego Kids Fest exclusive Max minifigure with the light green, the lime green jacket and hoodie. And this was given out in a Polybag in 2014 to the Kids Fest, and Lego had a bunch of them. I think there was one in Missouri, one in Toronto, one in Atlanta. So, it's not super rare, but these are like $30 minifigures. I already have two. So I basically just doubled my lot of Lego Max 2014 Kids Fest minifigures. I'm not sure if the hair pieces are in here. I haven't looked in the bag yet. I literally got these this morning, came home, had something to eat, went to bed, and now I have to go to work. So I'm chomping at the bit to get home tomorrow so I can see if the hair pieces are in there. But yeah, very cool. I don't think those hair pieces are exclusive, so hopefully they're cheap. Hopefully they're in the bag and I don't have to buy them at all. But yeah, how crazy is that? Two $30 minifigures in a $3 bag of Lego. We'll set this right here and we'll leave it for tomorrow, but I got to go to work. All right, we didn't do too bad for a $3 bag of Legos. There was 4 pounds, so it's gonna be $20 worth of bulk. We're gonna be up either way. There were a couple minifigures in there. We got a Ninjago, and then I put the slouch hat on this cop guy. I'm sure I got the chef hat somewhere. This is an Extreme Team. I think she drives a truck or a power boat or something, but she just has a white helmet, which I know I've got extra parts. There was a Spider-Man. Now, I'm going to throw away that torso because it's cracked on both sides, and you can see the paint smudging or rubbing on the eye, so that headpiece is going to get trashed. I'll keep the legs and the arms, just kind of strip it for parts. It was a shame, but, you know, Spider-Man's one of the most common Lego Marvel minifigures out there. So I love Spider-Man, so I'd love to have it, but it's just not in a condition where I'm going to keep it. But we can service some parts. The star of the show, well, I don't know why they had 4 of the same Lego mini dolls. That's kind of weird, but either way, we got 2 of the 2014 Lego Club Kids Fest Max with the green hoodie. One of the head pieces or the hair pieces was in the bag. I did have the extra piece in my parts bin. I'll turn around so you can see the back of the hoodie. And then the pants has some like pocket printing, I guess, on there. So yeah, crazy story. I've got 4 of these. 3 of them I sourced out of bags. 1 of them I got really cheap on eBay. So I'm going to bring these to the trade show on my video game channel. If you watch my video game content, I do a trade show at the end of the summer. And, you know, if you guys want to trade some video games and get some cool Lego minifigures, you know, let me know. But that's what we got. All right, so let's wrap this up. I was at Buckeye Games and Flea Market. Saw this guy. This is the Speed Champions Ford Mustang Fastback minifigure. It was $3, which is a good price. It's about, I don't know, like a $7 or $8 minifigure. Got some really nice Ford printing, nice racing stripes. I like that color beige. But yeah, there's his face. Cool face right there. So I went out today because the new series, the CMF Collectible Minifigure 29 set, was supposed to be out a couple days ago, and I just can't find them. You know, there's some collectible minifigures in that set that I want. I'm not trying to get a whole set, but while I was at Kroger, I did see that they had these, and this is another set that I've been hunting down since I heard it was released. Lego set 30726, Batman, Bruce Wayne, and the Batsuit. See a new Batman Polybag. And for $5, I think this is a really, really good polybag. Basically, you get a Bruce Wayne. I know we got Bruce Wayne before, but you don't really get a lot of the Bruce Waynes, you know, so it's nice to get one. And then this is supposed to simulate, like, in the Batcave, he keeps the Batsuit behind lock and key. And quite honestly, if you swap the head with the clear stud piece that's under there, or whatever head piece they used under there, you basically kind of get 2 minifigures, which is kind of neat. So for $5 a piece, I think that's a great poly bag and minifigure set, and I would recommend going out and getting them. Now, Kroger did have 7 of them, and I was going to buy all 7, but I didn't want to be that guy. So if they're still there in a couple weeks, you know, and other collectors and kids have a chance to get one, if they're still there, then I'll probably just buy the remainder of them. I saw these actually at Walmart a couple weeks ago when Tyler and I were out, and I noticed them, but I went to look at something else, and Tyler absolutely grabbed them. So I've been looking for them ever since then, and I don't do a lot of Hot Wheels. Let's see if we can stand this up in here. This is the 2025, I guess, Formula One set. So you got the Red Bull, the Mercedes, BWT, Charlie Haas Racing, and then down here in the bottom is Williams Racing. And I love F1. So to find these out in the wild was really, really cool. It's only like $6 or $7 for the whole set, but I thought that was absolutely banger. So but I'm not a Hot Wheels guy, you know, I'm not super big into Hot Wheels. But, you know, when you see a set that you like, you definitely want to grab it. So do you guys collect Formula One or Hot Wheels? Let me know, but I just think that's the coolest thing. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you for watching this pickup video. A lot of Lego stuff. We were Lego-centric this time. And you know what? That's okay when we're getting good Lego stuff. Let me know what you've been picking up. Leave a comment down below. And thank you for stopping by the Toy Freaks.